And we want to welcome you. Don't you forget that we will take your telephone calls at just about 5:30 here on Inside Issues tonight. It is usual on a Tuesday that we deal with and on matters of health, and tonight is we are not going to divert away from that. We're not going to divert from that trend. Tonight we have with us Sister Gwen Carter. She is no stranger, of course, to your television set. She's been with me here before on several occasions, and she has decided to grace our studios and your television sets with her presence once again. You will recall that some time ago she visited us and she spoke with us, and it was all about a book that she published, at least on one of the occasions that she was here, about a book that she published entitled Nature's Guide. Well, she's come out with the second edition, and that is a very interesting decision and a good guide, and one that we certainly want to give you some insights in. Nature's Signature, the second edition, Optimum Health and Wellness is the subtitle of the book, and really it's a natural fitness guide to your health. It of course will cover the meditourism sector and things like medication, that is vacation, and of course education. So it's going to provide, or this book provides, just about everything that you want to know about natural healing processes, natural wellness. And would you believe it, everything in this book is found right here on the island of Dominica. Let us go to our sponsors for a word and then come back for tonight's discussion. Thank you and welcome back to tonight's program. Let me again remind you that your telephone calls are very important to us. Certainly would like you to participate in the program. Our telephone number, brought to you with the very kind compliments of Cable and Wireless, is 1-800-744-7288. That, of course, is a toll-free number, so you don't really have to pay for the call. Sister Gwen Carter, let me say good evening to you and welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Joseph, and well, thank you very much for having me again. You know, I'm very excited to be here.
All right. I want to have you again pretty soon in the month of June, so I hope you will be around for that. It's my understanding you're going to be off state, so you plan to be off state sometime soon. But I hope I can have you back for the second Tuesday in the month of June, because you're here tonight to primarily talk about the second edition of Nature's Nature's Signature that you've published, but we won't have the time to go through all of it tonight. So I want you to keep our taste buds ready. Give us a little bit tonight, and of course the balance we're going to wait for on the second Tuesday of this month. Of next month. Nature's Signature, the Optimum Health and Wellness Edition, Nature's Guide to Natural Healing Processes in Dominica. Again, you were, how should I put it? Again, you were motivated to come up with this second edition, which in fact is a very big edition. I mean, the last time you gave us something which was about half of that. This time you've come up with something much bigger, and you've a lot of illustrations here, Gwen. I notice you've got a lot of good photographs. Who did the photography in there?
I did every photo on there.
You did every photo?
Every photograph in there, yes. Let me start by saying good evening, everybody. Of course, you know I'm glad to be here with you all. And you know I like to do a little dedication. So let me do a small dedication to the person who actually loaned me the on-time digital camera that actually took all of these shots. Those digital cameras are something else. As a, well, I want to call you a reporter and announcer, but I don't know if you do camera work. Do you do camera work?
I've done a bit of photography, but not anything digital.
Okay, that digital thing, I want you to try.
I have done still photography. I've not done video photography. I've done still photography.
Okay.
But it's my desire to get back into it, because it's really an art form I like. I think I got the inspiration from my dad, who did a bit of photography when he was very much a youngster, and I sort of took it on, you know, following his footsteps more or less.
Okay, I got into photography when I was actually doing African hairstyles. It was such an artistic thing. But Dominica had asked me over and over for photographs, and I didn't even consider it in the first book. But this book is a Mediterranean book. This book covers the southwestern tip of Dominica. And Mr. Nigel Lawrence also has a passion for the southwestern tip of Dominica.
When we talk of the southwestern, for those of who are viewing the program tonight and probably not too sure of what we're talking about.
We're talking Scothead, Sophia, and Lubia.
And Lubia. Point Michelle, that area.
Yes. And as you may know, from Champagne Beach, which is right past Point Michelle, all the way down to Scothead, Mr. Lawrence, Nigel Lawrence, and a few others have this done, set up as reserved marine territory, because it is so rich, it is so special. And as you all see the table, we have our sea algae here tonight. And what I did with this book, seaweed, sea algae.
Beautiful. That is a common term for it. Yes. A lot of seaweed you will probably see displayed here.
Right.
And Sister GwenC is going to give us, you know, a thorough insight into all of the things that we have displayed in front of us. And my understanding is that this stuff makes good sense. It's good for you to take. It's good for you to know about it. And Sister GwenC is going to let you have further insights into what is in front of us here.
So what I did was I went to the southwestern tip of the island and decided that I would show you all how to work out naturally. So this is a fitness guide that talks about hiking, bathing, climbing, tree climbing, hill climbing, as opposed to being on Stairmasters. Not that we don't say go to the gym, but if you want to learn to breathe outside, I show you where to breathe, where to hike, where to bathe, where to run. It's a wonderful, wonderful book, and the cover of the book is my absolute favorite. The cover of the book, compliments of Miss Angela DeHurst, is the cactus plant. I talked to you all about the tuna cactus quite a bit. The tuna cactus actually feeds bone marrow. There would be no arthritic pain, no rheumatism pain, back aches, varicose veins, starvation. This plant even heals, takes care of when there's a food scarcity and you need something to eat. This plant can be actually food. It is so wonderful.
You mean you can eat this like
You
this?
can, in many of the countries, they actually steam this and use it for a vegetable. Many cultures in the Caribbean do that. And you all have to forgive me for sweating, so I actually went to the hot water today to get you some fresh algae, so I'm warm from the light. So you'll forgive me for my sweat.
You're telling me that, because many times we take things for granted in Dominica quite a lot.
Much so.
We see this, I see it very often, I come across it a lot of places, and I pay no attention whatsoever to it.
The elders know this plant well. The roster knows it as a hair wash. Many people have used it in the past for stomach ailments. It is wonderful for stomach ailments. But I really love it because it feeds bone marrow. The athletes, people are so much stronger when they're doing this. The boxers were on the other night and they talked to you somewhat about it. But so many elders stop me in the street every single day, Mr. Joseph, and tell me that they are no longer in pain because they are now juicing this. So I give you recipes for juicing it, for eating it, for making it, but this is one of my favorite. Know this as the tuna cactus. And let me tell you all this. There's a Dr. Paul Goss, who's the #1 African-American iridologist in the world. Iridology is the science where they study what's wrong with your body through your eyes. He has a ranch in Arizona, and on that ranch they have what would you call it, a pasture of cactus. And he actually juices this cactus and sell it at $60 a gallon. It is wonderful. We really need to bring Dr. Goss down because, see, we're looking for other things to sell. And I don't know if you watched the news last night, Mr. Joseph, but there is actually a shortage of nurses at Princess Margaret. The nurses are sleeping overnight. We are in serious crisis in Dominica in many areas, and what makes this show so great tonight is because everything we're going to show them is how to be well at home. How to be well. That's all this book is about, meditourism. We show you how to have medication in your vacation naturally. Even if you don't need medication, if you use the natural resources of this land as a hobby to enjoy yourself, then you don't get sick. And that's, again, what the book does. What we're going to talk about tonight, we'd like to show them where we went. We went out and
we went
to the waters. We went to Lubia, Scott said, and Sophia. But before we do that, then let's finish with our cactus. I also show you in the book the aloes. You all have forgotten about the aloes. This is your natural antibiotic. Again, you don't need a little white pill. It's really not in it for you. If you want to be well without side effects, you're going to have to go natural, and you can. Now, all over the Caribbean, you have been tricked out of the aloes. If I send you to a beauty supply store, a drug store, or a health food store in America for a bar of soap, a bottle of lotion, a jar of hair cream, shampoo or conditioner, it all has aloes in it, even your deodorant.